The hardest feat humanity has ever undertaken was building a spacecraft to travel to the final frontier of space. It requires futuristic technology, exceptional engineering skills, and unparalleled dedication from those involved. Despite these efforts, till now, only a handful of missions have been a success. Over the years, there have been numerous failures in space travel that have resulted in a great loss for the company. Sadly, many of these mishaps in the last few years have been attributed to our dear SpaceX. Hello, and welcome back to The Door to the Universe. In this episode, we will take a look at 5 failed SpaceX launches that have been shrouded in tragedy. These missions represent some of the biggest setbacks in the company's history, but also serve as a testament to the resilience of the SpaceX team and their relentless pursuit of innovation in space travel. From explosions to system failures, these missions will provide a glimpse into the complexities of space travel and the risks involved in exploring the final frontier. So, buckle up and let's take a journey through the tragedies of space travel. The CRS7 mission, also known as the SpaceX CRS7, was a commercial resupply services or CRS mission launched by SpaceX on June 28, 2015. The mission aimed to deliver supplies to the International Space Station, or ISS, aboard a Falcon 9 rocket. The launch occurred at 10:21 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time from Cape Canaveral Air Force Station in Florida. However, the Falcon 9 rocket exploded just 2 minutes into the flight, destroying the spacecraft and its payload. The explosion resulted in a broken strut within the rocket's second stage, which failed under stress. The strut was responsible for securing one of the helium bottles in the stage's liquid oxygen tank. Its failure allowed the high-pressure helium to escape and trigger a chain reaction that led to the explosion. The failure of the CRS-7 mission was a significant setback for SpaceX, which had to delay its launches while it investigated the cause of the explosion. However, the company was able to quickly identify the cause and make changes to its rockets to prevent similar incidents. Despite the failure of the CRS-7 mission, SpaceX continued to work towards its goal of revolutionizing space travel and has since had numerous successful launches and missions. The company remains one of the leading players in the commercial space industry and continues to exceed the boundaries of what is possible in space travel. The Amos 6 mission was a planned commercial communications satellite launch that was set to take place in September 2016. The mission was to be carried out using a Falcon 9 rocket built by SpaceX, with the launch taking place at the Kennedy Space Center in Florida. However, the mission was doomed as a Falcon 9 rocket exploded during a routine pre-launch test on September 1, 2016. The explosion occurred on the launch pad and resulted in a massive fireball that destroyed the rocket and its payload. An investigation of the explosion was carried out, and it was determined that it was caused by a ruptured helium tank inside the rocket's second stage. The tank had been filled with supercooled helium, and experts believed that a structural failure caused it to rupture, triggering the explosion. The Amos 6 mission was a significant setback for SpaceX, which had to delay its launches. At the same time, it investigated the cause of the explosion and made changes to its rockets to prevent similar incidents from happening in the future. The Amos 6 incident serves as a reminder of the risks and challenges associated with space travel and the importance of continuous innovation and safety improvements in the industry. The Zuma Mission was a secretive launch conducted by SpaceX for the U.S. government in January 2018. The mission was launched using a Falcon 9 rocket and was expected to place a government payload into orbit. However, the mission was a complete failure, as the payload failed to reach orbit and it was assumed to have burned up in the Earth's atmosphere. The exact cause of the failure was not publicly disclosed, and the details of the mission remain shrouded in secrecy to this day. Although the exact cause of the failure remains unknown, speculation points to problems with the rocket's second stage. Some reports suggest that the payload may have separated prematurely from the second stage, causing it to re-enter the Earth's atmosphere and burn up. The failure of the Zuma mission was a significant setback for SpaceX, which had to confront the reality that not all of its missions would be successful. Despite this failure, the company continued to work toward its goal of revolutionizing space travel and has since had numerous successful launches and missions. The Zuma incident serves as a reminder of the challenges and risks associated with space travel, especially regarding secretive missions. It also highlights the importance of continuous innovation and safety improvements in the industry, and the need for transparency and open communication to ensure the success of future missions. The crew Dragon Inflight abort test was a critical milestone in SpaceX's journey to send astronauts to the International Space Station, or ISS. The test was designed to demonstrate the Crew Dragon spacecraft's ability to safely escape from a malfunctioning rocket in an emergency during flight. The test took place on January 19, 2020, and involved the launch of a Falcon 9 rocket carrying a Crew Dragon capsule. The mission was designed to simulate an in-flight emergency by triggering the spacecraft's abort system and separating the capsule from the rocket. However, the test failed when the abort motors did not fire as intended, and the capsule was destroyed. The failure was a significant setback for SpaceX, which had been working toward the goal of sending astronauts to the ISS for several years. Despite the failure of the in-flight abort test, SpaceX continued to work towards its goal of exploring space travel and sending astronauts to the ISS. The company conducted a thorough investigation into the cause of the failure and made changes to its spacecraft and systems to prevent similar incidents from happening in the future. The Crew Dragon in-flight abort test serves as a reminder of the challenges and risks associated with space travel and the importance of continuous innovation and safety improvements in the industry. It also highlights the importance of thorough testing and verifying spacecraft systems before they are used to carry astronauts into space. The SN10 mission was a test flight of SpaceX's Starship spacecraft, designed to demonstrate the spacecraft's ability to perform a controlled landing. The mission took place in February 2021 and was a significant milestone for SpaceX, which was working toward establishing a reusable spacecraft for missions to the Moon, Mars, and beyond.
New era in spaceflight, a new era in space exploration. We're going to go to the Moon, we're going to have a base on the Moon, we're going to send people to Mars, and make life multiplanetary.
The mission was a success in many ways, as the Starship SN10 landed on the landing pad after performing a high-altitude flight. However, the successful landing was overshadowed by a subsequent explosion of the spacecraft on the landing pad. The explosion occurred during a methane leak, which occurred upon contact with the hot engines. The reignition caused the explosion, which destroyed the spacecraft. Despite the failure, the successful landing of the SN10 marked a significant step forward for SpaceX and its goal of establishing a reusable spacecraft. SpaceX continued to work toward its goal of revolutionizing space travel. The SN10 incident served as a reminder of the challenges and risks associated with space travel and the importance of continuous innovation in safety improvements in the industry. The SN10 mission highlights the importance of testing and verifying spacecraft systems before they are used for crewed missions. It also serves as a reminder of the space industry's continuous innovation and safety improvements to ensure future mission success and safety. Despite these setbacks, SpaceX continues to push the boundaries of space travel and had numerous successful launches, including the first privately manned mission to the International Space Station and the successful reusing of several rockets. These failures serve as reminders of the challenges and risks inherent in space travel and the importance of continued innovation and safety improvements in the industry.